Doobity doo, doobity doo doo. Just letting people know we are going live for just a few minutes. No, we are going live. Whoa, and there's the playback on my tablet. Super professional here on the Ryan Wynn channel. So I'm going to be working out a little bit of stuff on a Hammerella piece. And then I have to go pick up Thai food. So I have an alarm set. Nobody's here yet. That's quite all right. I'm going to tweet out that I'm live. Copying links, setting up links, and tweeting them out. Hope anyone and everybody who is out there is having a good night, a good day. I am happy. We do have fires nearby, which make me not happy, but my family that lives a few miles away from here where the fires are, everyone's safe. All their dogs are safe. Excuse me. So far, their homes are still safe. A friend of ours lost their home. We believe it's still not totally confirmed, but it looks like where the fire was, it hit a hillside where a friend of ours' home was. That's a bummer. But they are all okay, so that's good. Right, I am tweeting it out. I will be back on later. I may be live again later tonight here, as well as I may hop over with the Death Curse crew. But for the next 25, 30 minutes, we are going to be working on something here. And you know what? Since I see Artsy in the crowd, maybe I'll do a little bit of digital inking right now. I just wanted to do something to kind of warm up my brain and stuff. Let me scroll through and see what I have in the old Procreate. Hey, I see. So we got Artsy in the house. We got Demon Ink Studios in the house. What's up, boys? All right, so this is a piece I was working on last night. I'm going to be restructuring quite a bit of it in the composition, but I haven't had a chance to do any creative work today, and I just kind of want to lay some ink lines. Inking is fun and sort of therapeutic to me. Artsy's been wanting me to dabble a little with some of the digital inks. I don't know how much of a tutorial this will be. Kind of maybe more of a demo. So what I've done is I have taken a calligraphy pen that is in the inking tabs of Procreate. Let me try to brighten my screen a little. Whoops, that's not doing it. There we go. Procreate. So what I've done is in the inking tools, down towards the bottom, there's a calligraphy pen. And I've made a bunch of, look, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different versions. I believe the Calligraphy Big Pen was the title of theirs. So they may have had 2 in the defaults. I may have made that myself. They may have only had 1 calligraphy pen. But each one of them right now, I'm in the midst of kind of developing. You can even see how they each have a different stroke effect for right now. And so far, the Calligraphy Pen and the Calligraphy Pen Big are the closest to sort of the effect I would get from a nib, somewhere between a Maru and a Hunt 102, like a deleter nib and a Hunt 102. My only problem with it so far, and I may be hitting up Jimmy Reyes, even though he doesn't use Procreate, I may hit him up for a little discussion on the development of the background, in the background on the brushes, and see if there's anything I can learn, because there's a few issues I still have. So I like the way it pulls in and out like that for a clean taper, but I can't. It's not there with speed yet. I don't have the speed taper dialed in yet, so that when I go super fast, it does a sharp point. I have to control that by just lightening up my hand, which still for me feels very much like how a nib works, but I still need to get that sharp angle figured out. Let's see, is this calligraphy pen 2? Is this the one I figured out? No, this is not what I was thinking. I created a flick nib, which is under my calligraphy tabs, and the flick nib 2, this is another tool. I was trying to develop something that felt exactly like a Hunt 102, and I don't necessarily ink with a flick technique, but lots of my inker friends do, and they're really, really good with it. So I was trying to develop something that felt exactly the speed and taper effect that you would get when you whip your Hunt 102 like this. But then again, this brush that I'm working on is not quite ready for use because it's only good for this. And I'm trying to figure out how to get two brushes. Basically, I want to make a pen and a brush that are the only two inking tools you need that mimic my pen and brush, that are the only two tools I need in traditional work. But so far, I don't really like the way, in order to get that flick effect, I don't like the way it produces a line itself. Sorry, I'm a little dehydrated here. So that's why I haven't really given my brushes out yet or tried to sell them yet, because they're all kind of halfway or 3/4 there. But I am going to be slowly developing those and working on those and trying to get them out to you guys. I want to do a little more work and then probably do like a beta test. I'll throw some Artseed's way, and I got a few other people that would like to test them out. But yeah, I want to get a little more comfortable with that. I'm going to go back to my calligraphy pen. And then I will also be naming them different things. Right now, they're just kind of like calligraphy pen 1, 2, 3, big, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to the big. And I'm using these, this one's only a size 3 right now. Most of the pens in the inking section, I find that on an 11x17 board, anywhere from like 9 to 13 seems to be the size I like to keep the nib at. I also tend to pull a lot of my lines forward towards me when I'm working digitally, as opposed to when I work traditionally. A lot of my lines are thrown the other direction. Part of that is just because I have this small tablet to work from. So I don't really require the room that the page has. Like I can zoom out on big lines and pull them in, and I tend to use more hand and wrist action than elbow action when I'm inking digitally. I also think that that's kind of a hindrance for me. I think if I had a bigger tablet that I was working on, I'd feel a little more comfortable with that, but I hate to sound like a tool blamer. Don't ever let me blame tools, yo. All right, I'm gonna see what's going on in the chat for a second. Got all kinds of friends here. What's up, gang? I already said hi to Merc and Artsy, but we got Simonin7 in the house. We got the chief of all chiefs, Death Curse, homie Spencer. We got a Razmaz. We got a Mandible Smasher. Hey, you know what? We like Hell All. Hell All. He gives the or hello option. And I like to think that's an option he's giving. He's not correcting himself. He's like, oh, some people may want a hello, not a hell all. But we love Hell All. People saying hi to people saying hi to people. Hey, Dale A, I had Thai food for dinner. Josh Rogers saying hi before I go to work. Later, boys. Later, Josh. Congratulations on the new job, and way to go, buddy. Make that money. Padziu and Masam Kuri. We are getting some really spicy cashew chicken, some yellow curry chicken, and I think a beef salad, spicy beef salad. Oh, hey, welcome, Blast Beat buddy. What's up? I've got the name for the channel. Last night I said the winner's circle. That one is okay. It's a B minus. I just thought of the name. Are you ready for it? I'm in it to win it. Oh, dude, that's like the win equivalent to is it worth the girth? I'm in it to win it. I'm gonna screenshot that really quick so I remember it. There we go. Screenshot. Bam. Because I forget everything. I always think I'm gonna, oh, remember that, and then 2 comments in, I'm like, I forgot everything. See, Deathcurse says my internet is butt tonight, and I just realized you were going out for food after this. Always forget you dudes are 3 hours behind me. Yeah, he's talking about you dudes being Kevin and I, Kevin Castanero, the mental patient, sorry, the artist on Can't Kill Cade and Grit. Also a Deathcurse member and a family member and a friend of the channel. Yeah, I do hope to hop on Deathcurse later. I did a little animation based on one of the drawings last night. I'd like to show it off. I don't know if it's necessarily something for this channel, especially considering it is Deathcurse animation. So, yeah, you know what? We'll definitely wait. We'll show it on Deathcurse for sure. But I'm going to start doing more goofy stuff like that, maybe get Kevin involved in it, because we sometimes have fun drawing out some of the gross things that we discuss on that channel. And last night I had some fun with it. Hey, we got Johnny Fitz in the house. What's up, brother? Haven't seen you here in a while. Hope you are doing well. But I guess I haven't seen you here in a while because I haven't really been here in a while. So I haven't seen any of you here in a while. So good to see you guys. It does say Late Night Inks live in the corner, even though this is not so late night. But that's because I forgot that that's what the overlay said in StreamYard. Because I'm super professional. All right, things we're going to do different. I should probably finish doing all the outlining first. Then I'm going to go in and before I do any more of the rendering, because this was all just playing from last night. I got to stop moving like that. It's making the camera go buggy. I'm going to pull the camera back a little and hopefully that doesn't happen. Because I think a lot of this rendering is going to become solid black. Like this here, this is a cast shadow of this part of the skull that comes out and wraps back around, like from the cheekbone to the side of the skull. I think I'm going to make that a little smaller and make it solid black. So I'm going to go in and finish up the outlines first. And we'll get a little overlap there. So you get a little dimension to your piece. These parts of the bone wrap around the teeth. And then I'll go in and I'll lay down the black shadows. And then we'll go in and do the final rendering. Because some of the rendering's off. I'm a slow renderer. That's another reason I don't generally work with a ton of rendering in my style, is that I overthink and underthink and all the other thinks you can do. But when I'm working clean and crisp, my mind is clean and crisp, and I move quicker. But it's really fun to get in there and do lots of hatching and rendering on stuff sometimes. And this particular piece calls for it, and it still fits in with the Hammerella style. So we're gonna make this. I think I might make it a small print. Maybe like a stretch goal or something. Maybe make it a trading card or something. I'm not sure, but people want this image. The people have demanded it. And that's been the theme this year. People have demanded, and they've been getting what they demand. All right. So if you have enjoyed our creator spotlights that we've been doing on this channel, I'm going to have Ryan Hawk on. I'm not sure. Don't even know the kid, I don't like Christmas. He's got a Christmas project that looked interesting to me, and that made me interested uh, to check out the project. And it's got a small goal, and they're almost there. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to figure out how come this old Scrooge is interested in a fun-looking Christmas project. What did this kid do right? So we're gonna have Ryan Hawk or Hack. We're gonna find out how to say his name right tomorrow, 12 noon. That's Pacific, so that'll be 3 p.m. for you Eastern folks, you East Siders. For the West Side, it's 12 p.m. We'll have John Hervey from Magna: The Last Pantheon as a guest co-host, and we're still promoting his book. It's funded, but we want to get more backers. He has almost 70 backers. I'd really like to get him to at least 100 before his first 30 days is up. All right, so I'm being mindful of how the skull folds over the teeth. And then the teeth kind of protrude out. You can see there, so giving the heavy shadow on this side underneath. Get it there too. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And I'll be checking for questions in 1 sec if you guys got any. And we still got about 15 minutes before I got to go pick up food. And then I'll probably just be eating for a bit and either going live here or live with Death Curse. And I do have to give a warning to those of you that enjoy the all ages content you find here on the In It to Win It art channel. Copyright Blast Beat Industries. We do a more, I don't necessarily want to call it adult. I'd say it's a more immature show over on Death Curse. Streaming almost daily. It's always Spencer. It's almost always Spencer and Jeff Elkins. That's Spencer Desmond. And a lot of the time, it's Spencer Desmond, Jeff Elkins, and Kayla Adrian. And sometimes I show up, and sometimes Kevin Castanero shows up. And that's when it gets really good, is when Kevin and I show up. But, you should always watch them when they're hanging out. But it's always a good time. We shoot the shoot and get into some funky stuff. And we just try to make ourselves and our friends laugh. And luckily, we have the coolest chat in the world over at Death Curse, thanks to you guys. And man, you guys keep us laughing so hard. All right, I am going to change up some of these the shapes here and the rendering when I get back into doing the black shapes. I'm going to work this out just a little bit. To me, it still kind of feels like it's looking inside the skull and not necessarily the socket. So these vertical lines here, I may end up like curving them, like, I'll just do it really quick, curving them this way. And then these ones will still be like that. So that's still bubbling in the back of my brain. I'm going to work that out. But we're going to continue. We're now in the high point. This is going to be the lightest point. We have this ridge here. We can come make that thick. And then kind of thin there. No, I don't like that. Ugh, I hate going back. I wanted to throw it like I was throwing my real brush, but this pen doesn't quite affect like that. So there we go. That's the line I wanted. I wanted to throw it away from me, but this particular pen for the long lines, for some reason it works better like that. And then, but see here, I'm gonna try it one more time. It's gonna be a wrist move. Okay, I'm gonna line up center. I'm gonna pull back this way, and then I'm gonna go past center of my wrist to reach that. And I'm gonna bear down when I get there. So I'm gonna start it off, give myself a little lead, line up my shot, and then there we go. It's not as heavy a line as I wanted, so I'm gonna come in and beef it up. But as we spin it around again, so as we leave the light and go to the dark will get heavier and heavier. And now I'm going to go in. Oh, I thought I was on, see, I'm so dumb. I thought I was on my regular calligraphy pen. This is my calligraphy pen big, so I feel like I can make that one bigger, but I'm going to go into my experimental one and increase the size to about 15. Let's see how, well, that's way too, that's a fatty. But this is one I'm trying to get it to mimic my brush shapes. And right now it's got an angular, that's the brush shape I'm working with. Sorry, that I've created. I'm going to end up going in and rounding off part of it, probably just this side, and leave this side angular so that when I pull in, it'll have a softer edge here. But I like when you push away, I kind of like that it has a blunt, flatter edge. So I'm still, that's again why I haven't made these available, is they're all still just in process. All right, so that size is way too big. We're going to go back down to like 8 or 9 and check this out. And yeah, I do spin around quite a bit when I'm working. I spin the board or the paper around to where I'm comfortable throwing a line. I'll get to the chat in just 1 second to make sure we answer any questions before I go. Here, we'll do some diamond lines. Yeah, I don't really like the feel of that. I'm gonna go back to my original calligraphy pen. All right, let's check out, I see a little girth there. Okay, I'm scrolling. But we got worth the girth. All right, plus girth, my bad. And you guys are kind of talking to each other, which I always love. I love the chatting with the chat. Who you were looking at, but check out the 2013 remake with Doug Jones. It's pretty close. Very cool. Yo, freaking yo, Hyper Kaiju. El Padrino, that's a girthy one. Hi, mijo, welcome. Where's my girthers at? Yeah, as long as there's no flat girthers out here. No flat girthers. Hey, Ferris, what's up, homie? Good to see you. All right, and then you guys got it going on here. Hey, Johnny Fitz is heading out. Hey, later, brother. Good to see you. Glad you're doing well. Leaving the light is yes, it is. Leaving the and that total girth. We got to take care of Johnny. Ty has got to bail. He's got real world problems calling. I got to go in just a few minutes. We're gonna do a few more. I'm gonna do some of this fun rendering before we go. Should have cooked that Thai food with spare hand. I know, I'm not that talented yet, you know? So, yeah, thank you, Ty and Johnny. If you guys are already gone, take care. Can you wait until 3:30 Eastern? So that's the time. I'm going to try and hit any day now, just for Artsy. So he gets home from work. We can be having an Incan video. All right, so I want to do some of this rendering here. Oh, hey, Ferris Jabbar, I see a question there. Maybe I can answer that. How do you go about customing a brush to mimic the actual brushes? Yeah, so that's a real challenge. And like I was saying with, so basically I've practiced enough. I know how I want my actual brushes to feel. But like I was saying with the calligraphy, see, I had a little flash there. Hope I'm not roboting right now. I'm in the kitchen, so I get worse reception. But so this calligraphy pen I was designed that this is about the speed and pressure that a Maru pen, like a deleter pen, will be. It's the same reaction, and like I can go that speed, but I should be able to go the exact same speed and whoops, I hit the button. I hit the home button with my hand. But I don't have that developed yet. I don't have it figured out with this particular pen and this particular brush shape to be super pointed when it goes fast. And that's the difference between the digital stuff is you have to manipulate all of that. So I've even gone in with brushes that already have perfect taper on both ends. And when I put in the shape that I'm using for the calligraphy brush, the shape of the brush, it doesn't quite work the same. So I'm still working on that because that's a speed setting. There's a speed taper adjustment that you have to make. So once I get that dialed in, that's when I'm going to start sharing it with you guys and trying to get more feedback. And then as far as a brush, I'm trying to do something similar. And this one right now, it has the feel that I like. The pressure from thin to thick that I like in a brush. And you get these like Kirby's, those Joe Sinnott Kirby kind of thick and thins. But the problem I have with this one right now is I need to go in and, here, I'll show you. I need to go in and play with the shape of the brush. Right now, I don't really like the way these angles are turning out. But I will be trying to work on that this week. I think the goal of this one is going to be, like I was saying in an earlier part of the video, part of this will be round and part of it will be angular so that I can still get kind of flat blunt ends when I do my chisel lines or these back and forths like that. But yeah, that's so that's the thing. For me, it's the feel. I do the feel first. And this feels like when I have a brush. So I'll get the feel first, and then I'll manipulate the brush shape itself. Let me get rid of all these. So that's the goal. And Ferris, if you missed it, I also have this one. So these are calligraphy pens in the inking setting. But down in the calligraphy setting, where did that go? The calligraphy setting, I went and manipulated one so that these feel exactly like how a Hunt 102 feels when you want to make really sharp bleeds. So that one is but that's its only tool so far. Earlier part of the video I showed, or that's the only thing this tool works for. I don't really like the feel of it for creating lines, so I'm trying to find a mashup between this tool and the other one I just showed you because I'd like to get it down to like 2 digital tools for basic comic book inking, aside from like dry brush or things like that. I want to get a nice brush and a nice pen developed. But I have to go. My alarm was set off or has gone off. So I got a little bit of work done. I got to show you guys kind of what I'm doing with the tools and the nibs so you kind of know where I'm at with those and why I haven't been handing them out. Not trying to be selfish or anything. I really want to give you guys something that's worthy for Procreate and something that I stand behind. But I will be doing sort of a beta test thing. So like Artsy, I'll have something for you soon. You can try them out if you want and let me know what you like or don't like. And please be honest because I'm not looking for praise and I won't be offended. I'm looking for making a useful product for you guys. So yeah, so I will be back either here later tonight or over on Death Curse. So feel free to check us out there. Stay tuned on Twitter. That's where where we will be announcing that. Pedrino, if you got a question, throw it in right now, buddy. Fat Girth Society. Ferris Jabbar, something nice about an imperfect line. Yeah, I have this weird I'll throw a line and sometimes it'll be too clean. Sometimes it's too shaky or crooked and sometimes it's too clean. There's something about that, just that perfect naturalness that works good for illustrations and comic work. Hey, Jobu showed up. Hey, Ryan, what's going on, everyone? Good to see you, Jobu. And yes, I will go sustain myself with delicious Thai food, Hyper Kaiju. You're welcome, Art C. Blastbeat says Fat Girth Society equals my package. Hey, you tricked me into doing a PG-13 joke. Not fair. Come to Butthead. Okay. All right, El Padrino. I see where your questions are going. Save that for Death Curse. We'll have some good answers for you there. Yeah, sub to the Death Curse. And you know what? I can't do it from my mobile, but next time Death Curse will be a mod so that he can drop the links like he drops a BTO. All right. So, anyways, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Padrino's got one more here. Sorry. Oh no. Oh, no wonder my son looks Chinese, even though my girl isn't Asian. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are out of here now. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take it easy, homies.